Hello everyone, this is Grade 3, Module 6, Lesson 7 homework. At the top it says, Mrs. Felter's students build a model of their school's neighborhood out of blocks. The students measure the heights of the buildings to the nearest quarter inch and record the measurements as shown below. So these are the heights of the buildings for their model in inches. Now A says, use the data to complete the line plot below. First thing I want to do is take my title, and I'm going to use this one right here. So there's my title. Now what I'm going to do is try to make one X worth one time I see the number of inches showing up. So for example, for 3, I see 1 right here, so I'm going to put an X. I see another one here, I'll put another X, and so on. So for my next one, I have 3 1/4. Then I'll do 3 1/2, and so on. So I'm going to fill this in, and then we can go back and check it through. So there's my finished product there, and you can see that I used a couple of different colors, one for each measurement, which will help me out when I go back to check through this. But that looks pretty good. So double check what you have compared to mine, and then we can go down through and fill in. So my labels down at the bottom here, so each of these numbers represents inches, and X equals 1, we'll say block or building, because each block technically represents a building. So that's for this first question. Let's go to page 2. And what we'll need is we'll need a quick look at the graph from our first page. So there's my graph from the first page. I just brought it in. How many buildings are 4 1/4 inches tall? So I have to go over and look at my 4 1/4, and I see that there's 2. And there's my answer statement. So C says, how many buildings are less than 3 1/2 inches? So I'm looking at 3 1/2 inches, and I got to look less. So anything to the left of this. So it's going to be 3 1/4 and 3, and I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 buildings are less than 3 1/2 inches tall. So let's go down to D. And it says, how many buildings are in the class model? So I got to go through, and I'm going to kind of answer the how do you know along with it. I know because each X represents a block or a building. So I'm going to count how many X's there are. I see I have 4, 3, 5, 4, 5, 2, and 2. So if I add those all up, I'm going to end up with 25 buildings. For letter E, it says, Brooke says most buildings in the model are at least 4 inches tall. Is she correct? Explain your thinking. Well, if Brooke says that in the model, the most of them are at least 4 inches tall, it means 4 inches or greater. So I'm going to count those and all the ones this way, and I see that there's 5, and 2 is 7, and 2 is 9. So 9 of them that are 4 inches and greater. Now I want to look at the ones that are less than that. So I have 4, 5, 3, and 4, and that's going to be 16. So Brooke is incorrect because the majority of them are less than 4 inches tall. And there's my answer statement there to show that. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching and good luck on your homework.